I want to talk about these muffins, and it's not because I have any affiliation with Crusties or anything like that. It's literally just that it's been so ever since I discovered that I had a gluten allergy. It's been really hard for me to eat my favorite foods because all of my favorite foods are bread. So it sucks to not be able to eat pretty much anything that I like enjoyed eating: pasta, pizza, muffins, cupcakes, pies, any of that. Like, thank God for Mexican food. Thank God for Asian food because, Mexican food, especially any Latinx food, any kind of Latino food, like um that's a godsend for me. um, a lot of Middle Eastern foods, Indian food, stuff like that I can eat still. That's really good. But like you know, military kid, my folks were stationed in Naples for a long time, and they brought over a really powerful love for Italian food. It's been really rough not being able to eat like all of the stuff that I used to eat that I wanted to eat. And so hold on, we're gonna try something. Oh, it's like an interview mic. This is not shot on the DJI Pocket 3. I'll make a video about the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Um, as I'm like doing stuff with it, it's still new, but if nothing else, this this is clutch. I don't like they put a little top piece on here so that you can use it as like a mic handle, or a mic holder, if you want to like keep everything together. And it doesn't work with the Rode stuff. So I've got to get one of the DJI mics, which I'm always down to have more microphones. It's not a problem. But and I can plug in the Rode to it. It's just an extra step that is unnecessary. But I didn't get the creator kit. All right, tangent. I started talking about the Osmo Pocket 3. I got distracted. ADHD, ADHD. You jump around like you ADHD. Oh my God, boy. The ADHD is it's real, boy. Anyway, I was talking about these Krusties muffins. First of all, I don't know anything about the company Krusties, so like take everything I say with a grain of salt because corporations are all evil. So I don't know anything about Krusties or who they donate to or whatever, where they're from, nothing. Apparently they're from Seattle, so maybe they're cool. I don't know. But the Krusties stuff is all good. Like, not just their gluten free stuff. Their regular gluten full stuff is very good. But what I've discovered recently is that their gluten free stuff is banging, like all of it. I use their honeycomb bread a lot. That's really good. Um, their muffins are really good. They have a crumb, like a cinnamon crumb thing that's really good. And the blueberry ones, which blueberry is my favorite, are banging. So like those are good. I usually like now if you're gluten sensitive, you probably have other sensitivities. So like just take everything with a little grain of salt. Um, if you are able to eat dairy, put a little buttermilk in your muffins, and it's like 90% of the way there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's kind of like turkey bacon. Like, it's never gonna be as good as real bacon, but you can do stuff to make it like taste good so that it's good in its own right. It's still not gonna be bacon, but it's gonna be close. I said the B word, and my dog is looking at me. She thinks she finna get some. I don't even have any. But yeah, it's kind of like that in that like it is close, but it's not gonna be the same thing. But it is like 90% of the way there. So that's one of the things that like I learned real quick. Um, the other thing that you should always kind of keep on you if you're gluten free, one sec, is anything King Arthur brand. I learned this from a friend of mine who bakes. my mom is a baker, and like not by trade, but like she's like she's been baking forever. She's fantastic. She could be if she wanted to, but but anyway, she's fantastic. So I grew up eating like pastry chef level baked goods, and it was really hard for me to go from that to eating these raggedy ass gluten free muffins, bro. It was hard. Um, and when I one of the churches I play at, somebody there makes just incredible baked goods in general, but like specifically, I had like she went out of her way to make a gluten free cupcake for me, which was incredible. Anytime she's selling stuff, I always buy some gluten free cupcakes from her because they're really good. She's the one who told me about the King Arthur stuff, and the King Arthur stuff is all clutch. Like the brownies, banging. Like I hadn't had a good brownie since I was unable to eat bread anymore, and it was so good. The muffins are pretty good. I actually think the Krusteaz muffins have a better flavor because they're not like generic muffin. They're like specifically like flavored. Plus, I always doctor everything up, so I put a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of vanilla in mine. And I do the same thing with the other ones, but for some reason, I don't know what is in here that makes it taste better, but it does. Maybe I should like rotate it towards the camera. There we go. I don't know what's in there that makes it taste better, but it kind of does. And but like all of the King Arthur stuff is still really good. The cookies are great. The regular 1-to-1 flour. If you ever have to like make anything and you want to do it from scratch, the 1-to-1 flour is the way to go. The King Arthur brand. The Krusteaz is a little bit sweeter. So if you're like baking, I think I don't know. Maybe if you're like me and you're not good at baking, the Krusteaz is the way to go because all you got to do is put an egg in there and it make you feel like you did something. The King Arthur stuff is like basically just like a cake flour or a cookie flour, and you still got to do everything else. For my mom and for people like my friend who bake that like all the time, that's good. You know, that's what they want. Me, I'm a good cook. I'm bad at baking because I'm bad at following instructions. So whenever I start making, it's a problem because I'm already not doing what I was supposed to be doing, and added extra stuff and letting the spirit move and the ancestors lead, and you know that works for cooking. It don't work for baking. Baking is a science, and cooking is an art, and that's the difference. I'm good at art. I'm not good at the science part of it. I like science, but I'm not like a scientist in that way. And I could be if I would follow instructions, but I don't. So like I'll be baking something and I'll be like, "Ooh, what if I added this?" and it'll mess the whole thing up because it's proportions. But anyway, but yeah, the crusty stuff is really good. I'm gonna make these muffins real quick. Maybe I'll use some footage from the Osmo Pocket 3. I set this up so that I could use the footage from the FX30, but maybe I'll try the Osmo Pocket 3. I don't know. We'll do both in a minute. Peace.